Hi, third graders. It's Miss Gutierrez. Today we are going to learn about equivalent fractions. So what are equivalent fractions? Equivalent fractions in math can be defined as fractions with different numerators and denominators that represent the same value. So they are equal. In this picture, we can see that 1/2 is equal to 2/4, 3/6, and 4/8. Look at the shaded regions. They are all equal. Let's break it down into fraction strips. We start with 1/2. Then we cut that in half and we get 2/2 to be equal to 1/2. We cut that into thirds. We get 3/3 to equal to 2/2 and 1/2. We go to fourths. We get 4/4 to equal to 3/2 and 1/2. Then we go to fifths. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/5 to equal 4/4, 3/3, 2/2, and 1/2. When we move on to sixths, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6/6 to equal 5/5, 4/4, 3/3, 2/2, and 1/2. Try it with the eighths. Correct. It takes 8/8 to equal 1/2. Good job. Here we have 1/1, which is the same as 1/2. We have the 1/2 in yellow, and under that we have 2/2. We know that it takes 2/2 to make 1/2, and 1/2 is equivalent to 2/2. They are the same. They are equal. 3/4. 3/4 is 1, 2, 3. 3 parts of 1/4. We take our 1/4, our second 1/4, and our third 1/4 to get a total of 3/4. What is equivalent to 3/4? Here are my fourths. I have 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. If I stop at 3/4, it matches my fraction. Now, I want to know how many eighths are equivalent to 3/4. 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, and 6/8. I know these are equivalent because they stop at the same place. They have this equal shaded region. 6/8 is equivalent to 3/4. How can I show 3/6? If I have individual 6, I can group 3 of them to show 3/6. I would take 1, 2, and 3. These 3 would show me 3/6. If I have access to technology, I can also use math manipulatives online. So if I want to know what is equivalent to 1/2, I would grab my 1/2, place it in, and then I could start with my halves. Well, how many halves does it take to make it equal to that 1/2? I see that it ends exactly where my 1/2 ends, so it takes 2/2 to be equal to 1/2. Now I can move on to my thirds. How many thirds does it take to make 1/2? And it ends exactly where my whole is. Now I know it takes 3/3 to make 1/2. And perfect. Now, you can make your own strips at home.